very near future. What a job he's got on hand. Callum Smith, of course, the Smith boxing family, renowned in this country. Callum is going to go in and try and do what others, including Anthony Yarde, could not do, and take on and beat Artur Beterbiev this Saturday night at the Centre Videotron in Quebec City, Canada. I'm delighted to say Joe Gallagher, who used to train Callum Smith and of course is very much a busy man in the world of boxing, and we'll get to that. Joe Gallagher joins the three of us live this lunchtime on talkSPORT. Joe, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, lads. How are you?
Hey, Joe. How's things?
Very good, thank you, Joe. We're talking about Callum Smith. I heard him speaking in the last 24 hours about the prospect that he faces. It's as simple as this. You know him well, Joe. What does Callum have to do to get at this man, Beterbiev?
Listen, we all know the fighter Beterbiev is one of the biggest hitters in world boxing at the moment. 19 fights, 19 wins, 19 knockouts. Callum Smith, I feel in this fight, everyone's on about the power and the power that Beterbiev possesses. But I think speed kills, and I think Callum Smith, his timing and his speed in the way that he delivers his punches is what's got to shock Beterbiev. Where I had Callum Johnson fight Beterbiev, we came so close, we had him dropped, and then Callum couldn't believe that he had dropped him and wasted the round, and the rest is history, as they say. But I do feel Callum Smith has got a very good chance, but the chance will come early, and if he gets it, he has to take it. This is going to, I feel, be a 6-7 round shootout.
Yeah, Joe, I was studying the fight actually, and Beterbiev, and you know his past performances against the likes of Anthony Yarde, who he boxed last time. He was tagged with that left hook in the 5th round. He was hurt quite badly in the 5th round. He was tagged also in the 7th round as well. And one shot Callum Smith can throw is that left hook. The timing is absolutely perfect, and that's why I lean towards Smith to win this fight and pull off the shot, because I just think that, you know, he's boxed at that elite level before, Smith. And one thing he does, if he tags a fighter, they stay hurt and he finishes the job so well. I think he's got more than a great chance of winning this one.
We can't see. This is where we've got to not let our hearts rule our head. If you look on paper, Beterbiev, he's fought the bigger, the better, the harder opponents in the weight division. Callum Smith, obviously, we had the fight with Canelo. That wasn't a true reflection of Callum Smith in that fight. We had 5 weeks preparation and notice and lockdown, couldn't get sparring partners or anything. So that wasn't a fair reflection. And Canelo was very smart in busting Callum's left bicep up, so he couldn't throw the left hook. Beterbiev is a big puncher. I think Callum Smith now, it's an opportunity for him, and he's got to go in and take it with both hands. Sure. I'm not thinking that this Beterbiev is getting old and all that. I have Natasha Jonas, who's 39, is a world champion. That age is just a number, and I think that the lack of activity for the both of them has served them well. Beterbiev has allowed his injuries heal and niggles heal, and for Callum Smith, a touch of inactivity, but it's allowed his body grow into the light heavyweight division. So I think this is a better fight now than it would have been 4 or 5 months ago.
Do you believe that Callum Smith is better at 175 at light heavyweight than he was at super middle? Because I think when he boxed Canelo, you could see there it was visible that he was struggling to make the weight, and I think that light heavyweight will suit him much more at this weight, and he will be a better fighter, which will give him obviously a better chance against Beterbiev.
It's hard to say that. Callum Smith's not fought no one of any note at 175 yet. His 2 wins, I think he's done 6 rounds in 2 or 3 years. His 2 wins have been mediocre opposition, Spencer. This is his true test, and that question you asked will be answered on Saturday night, Sunday morning.
Looking forward to it. Simon,
Joe,
what do you make of his chances?
What does he do? I think he's got a real chance. What does he do different to what Anthony Yarde did? Because I was at the Yarde fight, and I think he made some significant dents into Beterbiev, but every time he raised it, Beterbiev came back and bit down his gum shield and answered the question. What does Callum Smith do differently to what Anthony Yarde did?
Well, it's straight away from
win, obviously.
From the way that they're set up. Callum's tall, upright.
Yeah.
I feel he'll make himself small for this fight. He'll bring his head into the pocket. And Callum Smith's a very good inside fighter. I think Callum Smith's range of body punches up close. It's more the speed in which he delivers his shots more than the one single thudding shots. He'll give him the opportunity and the success on Saturday night. I think Artur Beterbiev isn't a quicker puncher, he's a more devastating puncher, but as quicker, and I've always believed that speed kills, and I think Callum's speed early on and the volume of punches, and Callum, when he hits people, he can keep them hit. The thing with this is, Beterbiev is open for Callum Smith's left hook, but Callum Smith was open for Beterbiev's best shot, which is a right hand over the top. Now, like George Groves did when he fought Callum Smith, he throws that too often, then he's got to get paid back with a check left hook. It'd be interesting to see how often Beterbiev uses that overhand right on the way in, and if Callum Smith has his head over his front foot, he could get caught by that.
Joe, what do you think Callum Smith's best chances of winning are? Because there's been a lot of talk of Beterbiev, and when he gets up close, that's when he's most dangerous in the inside work and whatnot. But we know that short check left hook that Callum Smith throws is very effective. But do you think he's more effective at range in this fight, or do you think it'll suit him more when they're both up close?
No. At range, it'll be no good. You've got to go in over there to Quebec, and you've got to rip the title away. Callum Smith ain't got to rip the title away, boxer in the back foot in Quebec. Beterbiev's too smart on the way in. He's got to go in there. He's got to set traps. I think the body punching, I think Callum Smith's body punching is a ferocious body puncher. And for all the talk of the left hooks and the right hands, it could be a body punch that does Beterbiev in the end.
Okay.
So you think it's a 6 or 7 round shootout, which means neither one of these fighters, obviously because Beterbiev has never been stopped, but neither has Callum Smith. But you think that someone's getting stopped in this fight, Joe?
Yeah, definitely in the 6 or 7 rounds. If Callum Smith wants to win this fight, he's got to go in there, bite on the gum shield, and rip that title away from him. And Beterbiev is to become champion. He's going to have to fight fire with fire. And we've seen Beterbiev have hard moments in fights, have get up, and win. Callum Smith hasn't had that yet, and he will be asked them questions Sunday morning.
Oh, I hope so. I hope you're right, Joe. Joe, we know you're working with Natasha Jonas. How's she shaping up for Michaela Mayer next weekend?
Listen, I wish the fight was yesterday. She was on fire in the gym yesterday. Sparring was very good yesterday. It's always them sessions that you have and you just think, oh, I just wish now I could just pick her up and put her next week. It's just holding and containing her now. We're just arranging a last sparring session this Saturday coming up, and listen, she's phenomenal what she's done in the sport, but she's got a very hard opponent in Michaela Mayer. I was watching Spencer's lie detector test with Michaela, and Michaela's a cool cookie. She doesn't give nothing away. I feel the pressure of being undefeated is off her now. She's gone through that process of having a loss. And she's coming up in weight, but Natasha is in there to win it and make a statement.
Yeah, I think
Joe,
Natasha.
Excellent. What was this lie detector test?
Oh, the lie detector.
Michaela, I'm Spencer Oliver. Do you find me attractive? Yes, you're lying.
No, we've done a lie detector test, which I was really surprised that actually Michaela agreed to do it, but she'd done it. Fair play to her, good sport.
What did you ask her?
Do you like my hair?
Can't remember what I asked her. Yeah, it was.
Oh, Joe,
it was obviously.
I've got to see this, mate. Oh, I must see it, Michaela. Is my hair real?
You can see it's on YouTube. It's on YouTube.
No, it was flown in from Turkey.
Good. But listen, back to the fight. This is a serious fight, a real 50-50. Michaela Mayer, who's only been beat once against Alicia Baumgardner, a fight that we felt she won.
I thought she won that fight.
Yeah, I mean, she's a great operator. They've both come up from...
Baumgardner won that.
Absolutely.
You think... No, he thinks Baumgardner won it.
Baumgardner won it. Okay, yeah, it was one of those fights. It was a subjective scoring. You could have gone either way of it. It was a close fight, what we were saying. And I think both girls have come up from super featherweight. Joe, who do you think it suits most boxing at welterweight here? Because Natasha obviously has become a 2-time world champion. Michaela Mayer was super featherweight champion. She's boxed at lightweight, now up at welterweight. Who does the weight suit the most?
I think it suits both girls. I think making 130, 9 stone 4, hurt both of them. I think you've just seen Natasha going through the weight division. She went up to 154 pounds, 11 stone. Natasha started her amateur career at 75 kilos. So Natasha was always comfortable at the weight. Michaela Mayer, this is the first time she's gone through divisions as an amateur, as a professional, to fight at this division. And for her to fight, it's all right, as Natasha said, it's all right boxing, but then put a weighted vest on you, a 10-kilo weighted vest on you, and actually to do the same things that you could do is a big difference. And it's also taking the bigger punches. Natasha was always known as a big puncher as an amateur, and she's in the pro game. And going back to the lie detector test, Michaela Mayer, when she said, does she think that can Natasha not hurt her? She lied on it. She knows Tasha's got the power to connect with Michaela and take her out. It's got to be a very good fight. Michaela's hungry, but I do think Natasha... Well, there was a big debate. I want to touch on this. When I was on last time, a big debate about 10-2s or 12-3s.
Yes. This
fight would have been better over 3-minute rounds. And I agree with Michaela Mayer. And we discussed the 3-minute rounds, and there was a willingness and an appetite from Natasha Jonas to do it, and Michaela Mayer. But like anything, people wanted to be paid 10 2-minute work for a 12 3-minute job. And that's the reason why this fight's not happening. And that, but it would have been a better fight, this stylistically wise, for these two fighters, because they're two solid pros that know how to work the ring and pick shots, and very good fighters.
But you're a fan of the 3-minute rounds for women moving forward, Joe, yeah?
I think it's like anything. It suits different people, different fighters, and I think Natasha Jonas, Michaela. You got to look at Michaela Meyer, her background, where she comes from. She's got a very experienced old pro coach, and Al Mitchell.
Yeah.
And take the time of the shots. Everyone walks in the gym and watches Natasha sparring 3 minutes and say, "What a pro!" It's not crash bang wallet fast 100-meter sprint. So for certain people, it would do it most of them suit Clarissa Shields. I don't think it'd suit Katie Taylor, because we can see Katie's a 2-minute round fighter. But I do feel there should be the option there for this, and it's just a shame that this fight wasn't over 3 minutes, and they wouldn't pay the money to have that.
Joe, thank you very much indeed. Joe, next time you join us, you need to join us here in studio, and we'll have some fun with the lie detector kit, won't we? Joe, that'd be brilliant. Simon Jordan, is that your natural hair colour? Yes. It'll be terrific. Joe, you must join us, 12:30.
Will do. Cheers. Thank you, boys.